Good afternoon, YouTube. It's Corey here. I just wanted to do a quick update. I haven't been making videos as much lately, but I do feel like it's important to come on here, every so often and just give you guys an update, let you know what's going on. So, I do have to make a trigger warning for this video. There might be some talk of self-harm, and also there might be some talk of um like spirits and spiritual warfare and that kind of thing. And I'm not 100% sure that everybody's going to be down with that. So if that might bother you, this might not be a good video for you to watch. But I want to talk about several things. Um so I see my doctor or my nurse practitioner December 2nd, Thursday, December 2nd, to talk about my medication and everything. But I'm kind of I called earlier today and I requested to um make an earlier appointment than that because I have some issues going on lately. A lot of my problems have been going on at nighttime lately. Um Last night was real rough. I got very little sleep last night. I was seeing people coming in and out of the apartment all night long, and I know it's not real, but it was still enough to kind of give me the creeps, and give me, just kind of scare me a little bit, and I was, it was a rough night, like I said, I probably didn't get to sleep until, I want to say about 6:15 or 6:30 this morning. So, very little sleep. Um, but anyway, another thing I wanted to talk about is just like how the situation has been going lately as far as me hearing voices and all that kind of thing. And the reason I put the trigger warning about the spirits up is because lately, my belief has been that I think the voices I hear are spirits, and I think having schizoaffective disorder is a spiritual experience, and that can go either way because I can get spirits of the Lord, which is what it is most of the time, very positive spirits. But if I'm not careful, I can let demonic spirits into my body. And what that might include is like if I get spirits or voices that are really wanting me to like do things like cut myself or burn my hands on the stove or that kind of thing. um that's what I'm trying to avoid. Those are like negative spirits for me, so I'm trying to filter those out and just have only positive spirits. There's a gentleman in my Schizophrenics Anonymous group who's really good at it. He talks about this kind of thing too, and he's really good at like filtering out negative and putting in positive, you know what I mean? So I've been kind of trying to pay attention to like what he says lately. Um but I do want to address it with my doctors, and just see what they think, and that's basically as far as the voices or spirits I'm hearing lately have been pretty positive for the most part. It's a lot of it I can't understand, but I do hear a lot of words of encouragement, um talking about my recovery and guiding me through my recovery, both from drug addiction and mental illness, and just getting a lot of positive advice and positive feedback. And I am getting the narrating voice too, talking about what I'm doing throughout my day, saying, oh, he's waking up right now. Oh, he's going to get in the shower. He's going to go to the bathroom. He's going to get something to eat. Um, just whatever I'm physically doing, I'm hearing that narrated. And that's okay with me. That doesn't really bother me. I don't really think that's demonic or anything like that. It doesn't really bother me too bad. I mean, I've been hearing that since I was 21, and I'm 30 now, so that's almost 10 years. So I mean, I'm pretty at this point. I'm pretty used to. hearing stuff like that, just as long as I'm not getting like real negative voices or real negative spirits, that's mainly what my concern is. But the other issue that I wanted to talk about that I've been struggling with lately that I want to discuss with my nurse practitioner is I've been having some issues with sleep terrors. Um and it's been going on for a couple of years now, and I've been kind of in denial about it, but I'm at a point where I want to get help for it. Um, my grandfather on my dad's side, which is my dad's dad, he had really bad sleep problems. He would holler very loud in his sleep, and he would get up and start doing things in the night, and like while he was asleep, you know what I mean? And I've been kind of having that issue for the past couple of years myself, and I don't really fully understand it. Um, like I said, my grandfather had this problem. Now my dad doesn't have this problem. I've spent a lot of nights with my dad, and I've never heard him do anything in his sleep. He's usually a very sound, peaceful sleeper. Um, so he's okay, he's but why this is happening to me is really kind of baffling me. Um, and I'm not really sure what the causes of this are. Um, I could be wrong, but I think if I remember correctly, I think I remember my dad saying something about my grandfather was heavily abused as a child. And don't quote me on that because I'm not 100% sure. It's been a really long time since we've talked about this. But I think my dad was getting at the idea that my grandfather was abused, and that could have led up to what was causing his sleep terrors. Now, I didn't have anything like that happen to me when I was growing up. Overall, I had a really good childhood, and I was not abused by either of my parents, and therefore, I'm just kind of wondering like what's causing this. Um, what I can say is when I have nightmares, I always have nightmares about my parents getting older. Like almost all my dreams are centered around my parents, and it always has to do with my parents getting older. And that includes step parents too. My stepmom, and uh I used to have a stepdad when my mom was married. Um I haven't spoken to him in many years now because they've been divorced for a really long time now. But I even find him coming into my dreams, and it's not just my biological mom and dad, it's everybody, like all four of them. You know what I mean? And I do have a fear of my parents getting older. I mean, even in my waking hours, I have a fear of my parents getting older, and just what's going to happen, what's going to happen to them um in their older years, so it is on my mind a lot. But excuse me, I got a little bit of a cold going on. But what's going on is what's prompted me to want to get help for this is about a week ago, um I was yelling so loud in my sleep that I woke myself up, and I was standing in my living room, which means I had gotten up and gone from my bedroom to my living room. Um that really bothers me because that tells me that I'm getting up and I'm doing things and walking around while I'm sleeping. And that is kind of disturbing to me. Number one, I'm really worried about disturbing my neighbors because, as you guys know, I do cherish this apartment a lot, and I really don't want to lose this apartment. And I don't want to disturb my neighbors or cause any bad vibes in this building. Number two, if I were to wander out into the hallway, um, I could fall down the stairs. You know what I mean? My apartment has two entrances. As you can see, this is my back entrance right here that goes into my back hallway. And like, if I were to just like get up and open the door and wander out into the hallway, I could easily fall down the stairs, especially if I'm sleeping and I don't really know what I'm doing. Um, but I'm more concerned about my neighbors, I'm more concerned about not wanting to disrupt people in my building, So, uh, basically, um, what I plan on doing about this is a lot of prayer. Um, you know, I I practice praying a lot lately, and the other thing is like I said earlier, to discuss it with my nurse practitioner. Um, I am aware that there is medicine that can help with this, and I'm at a point where I'm kind of interested in maybe trying that medicine. Um, like I said, this has been going on for a couple of years now, but it's something that I've kind of been in denial about because, I'm embarrassed and I don't want to admit that there was a problem. You know what I mean? It's the way I would compare it is I would compare it to getting diagnosed with schizoaffective disorder. Like we don't want to admit it right away because we're embarrassed and we're ashamed and we don't want to think that there's a problem. You know what I mean? But eventually we have to come to terms with it. And that's kind of what's going on right now is I'm coming to terms with it. And I am just basically at a point where I want to get help with it. So I think I've gone on long enough in this video. I think you guys get the idea of what's going on lately. So that is what's going on lately. I hope everybody's having a great week. It's like I think it's like Tuesday or Wednesday right now, the 17th. Yeah, Wednesday the 17th of November. And Thanksgiving is getting really close. I'm really excited about that. I hope everybody else is having a great week and I hope everybody has a great afternoon and I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye guys.